see. Testing, 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 testing. All right. Welcome to another episode of Athlete Cast. And I'm back on another Tuesday morning. Sorry, I'm a little late. Had a little business to handle. But, I had to pop this episode out to y'all guys. So, first things first, we finna get into some ARC news, baby. You know how we start the day off here. Hope y'all having a good day, by the way, because mine's just really started because I woke up a few minutes ago. But let's get into this news. Oh yeah, special guest coming, QB coming in, answer some questions for you, boy. But we're gonna start out with some results for the team this week in the ARC. So first off, we're gonna have Lores versus Luther. And of course I said Lores, even though we spanked them. Uh but Lores spanked Luther 48-13. And next up, we got Cole versus Central. Cole actually ended up pulling it off 16-13. And OT at that. Whew. Next game, we have Woodburg versus BV. Woodburg beating the piss out of BV 70-21. Whew. And then, of course, you have your Simpson Storms beating Nebraska Wesleyan 24-14 on homecoming. So it was lit that night because all three teams won. The men's soccer won, the girls soccer won, men's football won, and y'all know we partied that night. Now I'm lying. Or did we? We'll never know. All right, on to this week's game, and I'm gonna make my predictions on each one of them. So first, we have Luther versus Central. See, I'm being realistic. Central is finna put BTA to Luther. Luther is not finna stand a chance, my boy. Luther is not finna stand a chance. Second, we got Dubuque versus Lores. Dubuque is a physical team, and I don't think Lores is as physical as them. So I'm gonna just slide on to that Dubuque side. Yeah. And then we got Co versus Nebraska Westland. Co is gonna be the absolutely S word out of Nebraska Westland, bro. And then we have Simpson versus Wartburg. you know, Simpson Stone for the win, baby. Simpson Stone for the win. And as far as ranking goes in the ARC, Cole's number one undefeated, Wordberg number two undefeated, number three Dubuque, number four Central, number five. Number five, we have the Simpson Storms. Then number six, we have Nebraska Westland. Number seven, we have BV. Number eight, we have Lores. And last but not least, at number nine, we have Luther. Now, let's get to player of the weeks. Defense player of the week. Shout out to the big boy D lineman Nick Warrington for winning that award, boy. Congrats to you. Shout out to you. Offensive player of the week. Hey, my boy Jay Romulus. Jay Rom, salute, my boy. Congrats on that player of the week because you was dogging this week, bro. You was dogging this week. Keep that up, boy. Yeah, I just bleeped out myself. You feel? Special team of the week. A guest we've had on here recently, my boy Aiden Wackoff for the special teams of the week. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Keep doing your thing, my boy. Menace of the week. Y'all know we got two menaces of the week. We got that boy CJ Hengarner and that boy PB, aka Penn Bates. I think I said that boy name wrong. Penn Bates. At that menace of the week, baby. And then we got Spirit of the Week QB1 Jay Jensen. You know how we get down with that QB spot right there. That boy has been pushing through a lot of things, bro. Especially after we played Central, everybody was dogging him. But he came back better than ever, throwing TDs, I think he threw for like 200 passing yards, if I'm not mistaken. All right, then we're gonna get into this defensive scout player of the week. My boy Daniel Pierre and my boy Travis Davis. The boys at their corner position, real dangerous. Next up, becoming corners of Simpson College. Then we got offensive scout player of the week, my boy Caleb Howard and my boy Tuttle, aka Tud. Them boys been doing their thing on the offensive scout team. Very proud of them. Y'all keep doing y'all thing. Oh yeah, can't forget about the special teams scout player of the week. My boy Mitchell Stevens and my boy Brady Stifler, aka Stiff. Yeah, once again, congratulations to them boys. Keep up the good work. I'm proud of y'all. We gonna keep working. You feel me? I mean, in my opinion, I'm gonna start adding my opinions on the games we play. See, the opinion on this game is Nebraska Wesleyan shouldn't been that close. Nebraska Wesleyan should have got beat more than we beat them by, and that's just a true fact. That's a true fact. But hey, we still pulled out the win. The win is a win. We celebrated that night. Now we focus on Wartburg. That's back last week. We focused on this week, baby. Now, now that the ARC news is over with, finna hop in some college results, college predictions. Y'all know how we do it. And hopefully my guest be here. I had to run through that. I mean, if I have a little time after the college predictions and the results, you feel me, in the top 25 rankings, you know, I'll pull it back out and I'll just discuss some things. You feel me? But I want to start a new thing. I don't know if I mentioned this or not. I want I want you guys to send me questions to either ask the guest or it'll just be answered by yours truly. Either way it go, just send us some questions. You feel me? And they'll be featured on the next episode or the episode after that or any future episode, just depending on the question. All right, let's get into some college football now, bro. All right, so we finna go over the results first. Missouri versus UMass. I'm proud of Missouri. Y'all did y'all a big one, 45-3. Y'all did y'all a big one. I told y'all Missouri was gonna come back this weekend. Look what they did. They came back this week. All right, we got Bama versus South Carolina. Bama beating South Carolina by 2 points, 27-25. I mean, Bama, come on now. What are y'all doing over there, bro? Like, what are y'all doing? What is y'all thought process right now? Cause no, I saw this one thing. It was like, I think one of the Bama players was going live on TikTok. Hey, one dude said, what you taking off your pads for? Y'all got practice 5 in the morning. Stop playing. Nah, cuz they really do need to practice because ain't no way y'all almost lost to South Carolina. It's already bad enough y'all lost to Vandy. No, come on. Bama need to get their stuff screened up or they priority screen one of them. All right, we got Ahmed versus UAB 44. Ahmed being UAB 44-10. Oh my lord. I forgot to turn my ring out. My bad, you guys, my bad. Uh, Hold on, let me get back. All right, got Clemson versus Wake Forest. Clemson being Wake Forest 39-14. That's an actual game I thought would be closer, but I did pick Clemson to win. So hey, they won. Hey, if you're watching this and you a bad man on that college, you better listen to me. Cause I'm a wise young man. Let me stop. All right, then we got Texas versus Oklahoma. Another game that I thought will be a tight one. Another game I thought would be a tight one, but hey, once again, I still won the predictions. Texas beating Oklahoma 34-3. Yes, sir. Once again, I'm gonna state it. If you're a betting man, you better listen to these predictions. Cause right now, I'm I'm undefeated right now. I'm undefeated with these. You better stop playing. All right, then next up we got Pitt versus Cal. Pitt beating Cal 17-15. Once again, I really don't remember, so I really can't tell you. But I'm probably sure I went with Pitt, bro. I'm 75% sure I went with Pitt. Not even gonna lie to you, dog. All right, next up, we got Penn State versus USC. See, this is one I got wrong because I really had faith in USC, but I'm also proud of USC for not getting blown out. I think I did pick Penn State though, if I'm not mistaken. But Penn State beating USC 33-30. That was a good game right there. That was a good game. Excuse me. Next up, we got Illinois versus Purdue. Illinois versus Purdue. I think I pick Illinois to win that one, even though they beat them by like literally 1 point. Illinois beating Purdue 50-49 is crazy, guys. That's a crazy score. Them some crazy points, bro. So if somebody picked the over on them points, boy, give me your money. Nah, I'm just playing, cuz. No, I'm just playing. Next up, we got BYU beating Arizona 41-19. I'm pretty sure I picked BYU. I don't think I picked BYU though, because why would I pick BYU? I'm just saying. Then we got Georgia versus Mississippi State. I know for sure I got this one correct. Georgia beat Mississippi State 41-31. Why did I get so hyped when I said that? I don't know, because maybe because I'm right. I knew Georgia. It's the fact that Mississippi State actually scored 31 points. The fact that Georgia allowed Mississippi State to score 31 points, it's just crazy to me, bro. Next up, we got Tennessee versus Florida. Another game I thought would be a blowout. Not even gonna lie to you, but Tennessee beating Florida 23-17. Good victory for them boys. You feel me? Then we got Oregon versus Ohio State. Hey, Oregon upset a lot. Oregon upsets, bro. Upset it. Ohio State, bro. I bet you like 1,000 people probably bet it like Ohio State to win, and they saw that 32-31. Cause like, bruh, come on, what we doing, fam? But congratulations to them boys, cause they beat Ohio State. I mean, I knew it was gonna be a good game though, because once again, it's top five teams, top matter of fact, top three teams, the 2 and 3 team, right? Wasn't Oregon? Yeah, I think Oregon was the 3 team, and Ohio State was the 2. But let's move on to this disappointment of a game right here. Ole Miss and LSU. LSU beating Ole Miss 29-26. Ole Miss, what are y'all doing? Y'all lost in OT. What's going on? Like, what's going on, bro? Like, LSU lost to Florida State. That means Florida State might have a chance of beating y'all. Come on, dog. Lock in, twin. Lock in. All right, then we got Iowa State versus West Virginia. Iowa State keeps rolling on with this undefeated streak. Iowa State beating West Virginia 28-16, bro. Iowa State has been killing it this season, bro. I don't know how. I don't know how. But Iowa State said they need them a natty. Iowa State said they need them a natty this year, dog. They're not playing. Then we got Kansas State versus Colorado. Kansas State winning 31-28 to Colorado, dog. I think I did pick Kansas State to beat Colorado. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ski. And then Boise State versus Hawaii. Boise State beating Hawaii 28-7. Hey, some people talking about that boy Ashton GT is a bust now, bro. They're talking about he's not a Heisman Trophy winner. Bro, come on. He still had 217 yards, bro. 217 yards. That's all you need, bro. As long as you getting over 200 yards, he's producing. So it really doesn't matter, bro. It really doesn't matter. But that's the end of the results. Hold on. I'm actually gonna try something different. Since it's almost 11:30. Hey, we gonna hit the predictions with my boy Nolan. So I'll be back. Yo. Alright. So my boy ain't made it here yet. So if y'all see me, hold on, I think that was him just then. Alright. So let's see if the mic work.
Yo,
Alright, it's working. Alright, so who we here with today?
Nolan Mount.
Nolan Mount, QB right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dang, I'm just not seeing you call me. I saw you at the door though. Get back to my questions. So where are you from?
I'm from Glenwood, Iowa, over by Council Bluffs.
Hold on. I thought you were from Texas.
Nah, all the other quarterbacks.
Hold on. Then how was I on a flight with you when I came here?
That was me. Was that?
Coach Hop said it was you.
No, I drove here the day, moving day, drove like 2 hours, came up
Bro,
here.
like the first day,
Mm-hmm.
he said it was
That
you.
had to be someone else, bro.
I literally met you.
Evan came out from Arizona. Ludi came from Texas.
I think it was.
It was probably Ludi.
I think it was Ludi.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was you. Okay, first question for you is, how did you get your offer from Simpson?
Simpson was like the last school to come in and start recruiting me. I started getting recruited after football season because I had kind of shut down recruitment before because I wasn't really interested anymore. But then once the season was over, kind of realized I wanted to keep playing. Got recruited by a lot of NAIA, and then Simpson came in because Casey Gabu, our tight end, was getting recruited by Coach Boyer, and Casey kind of put my name in there, and then Boyer hit me up, and then he watched a basketball game, and then Hoskins kind of came into and then took a visit, and then I just loved everything about this place.
So you and Casey went to the same high school.
Yep.
Okay. So what made you choose Simpson, like overall?
I think the distance from home is just right for me. It's like 2 hours from my high school and about 2.5 hours from my house. So not too far, but not too close. I think Casey being here was a big thing. Just made it feel easier transition knowing somebody. I really like the coaching staff and what they've done, like starting out last year, and I felt that way about a lot of places I visited. It was just like a lot of coaches that had the right idea, and that kind of made it hard to tell the other schools no. But ultimately, it came down like their criminal justice program is really good, and that was a big selling point from them. And really couldn't find one thing I didn't like about the campus, and a big selling point for a lot of people I think was a weight room, just top notch for D3. So I thought that was awesome, and I really liked the atmosphere of the whole place.
So like, did you not go on did you go on a visit here?
Yeah. Yep. I visited here, visited Central, couple NAIs like Briarcliff and William Penn, but really Central, Simpson, and Nebraska Wesleyan was the other one. So it really came down to like if I wanted to play football or not, and it came down to like Iowa State or Simpson. And I got a lot of people that were like, if you like it at all, like go give it a shot. But once I got here, it's like if you're gonna be here, you go 100%. So
Hold on. So you was planning on becoming a regular student here?
No, like if I wanted to not play football, I would have gone to Iowa State.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, bro.
Yeah, that I mean,
Everybody.
some people could do it, but I don't think I could be a a student here without playing sports.
Everybody says they can't be like without playing sports. They cannot be here.
Yeah.
They would have chose somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just it's a small.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I know almost everybody I see on campus.
Nah.
So
I see the same people every
Yeah.
day, but I don't know them.
yeah, I think I mean mostly freshmen because we're all walking out of the
Yeah.
same dorms. But like outside of that, there's just not a ton of meeting new people after the first few weeks, I'd say, because we all kind of end up in the same spots all the time. So
Yeah. Okay, what has been the funniest moment that you've had on campus so far?
oh my gosh. God,
Yeah, you
Probably-
thought everything gonna be about sports, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
it probably would end up being something with sports. Some funny shit happens at practice sometimes, but
Yeah. Just depends on the day.
probably some of the stuff that Coach Aldinger says in our meetings,
Bro.
just out of pocket for no reason and just out of nowhere, and someone you wouldn't expect that out of. So
I don't even want to know what Coach Aldingers be saying. Man.
I won't get into it. It's funny. It's funny to hear it from him. So
Okay, now what's your favorite thing about Storm football?
I think I looked at, like, everyone knows that lately, at least the past like few years, and even going back more than that, like the success hasn't really been there in terms of record. But I think what I saw here is like it feels like family every time I'm around somebody. And obviously in the beginning, it didn't feel like that. We all kind of feel like we're doing our own thing because we're all coming from different places. But eventually you kind of realize that we're all kind of here doing the same thing day in, day out, and we're all kind of going through the same struggles, and you kind of need each other a lot. And even with classes too, we're all trying to balance sports and going to class and stuff like that. So I think that's a big piece of it. And then another thing is a lot of the football guys go to FCA, and that's something I participate in too.
Yeah, I wish I could, but like waking up earlier than I need to is like don't be on my mind.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to balance everything for sure.
Okay, if somebody else could describe you, teammate or anybody else, how would they describe you?
Vocal for sure. Like I'm pretty confident in like everything I say. I wouldn't say I'm always extremely confident in myself as much as I am in my teammates, but like always like I'm always going to believe in everyone on the team, and that's probably what I do best is letting everybody know that. But I would just say for the most part, most of the time, like staying level headed and not really getting in my own head that much. But obviously, we all have those moments that obviously as a first year doing a lot of scout team stuff, it could be frustrating. But I think the best way to describe me is wanting to make the team better and always putting the team above myself. And then obviously, just trying to. I've always been on time and really no lapses in that kind of area. So consistent, I'd say.
Yeah, very consistent, bro. Golly, bro. Okay. What motivates you to keep doing what you're doing?
First of all, God, just strong in my faith, and we talked about that a lot in FCA this last week. Like a lot of the times, I get caught up thinking about the external factors of the game and who's at the game and who the opponent is, but found a lot of confidence just thinking about who I'm really playing for, and that's for God. And then obviously everyone has their own story, and mine is I've lost a couple of really close people on my journey through life. So think about them and stuff like bracelets I wear, or necklace, or have a tattoo, just stuff like that I can look at on myself as a reminder, day in, day out, stuff that like I can see all the time. So always kind of like reminds me why I'm doing it. And ever since I've lost those people, they've been, motivation and something my dad always said is like, now you're living for them too. So kind of gives me an extra boost when I feel like I can't do it. I'm like, they're watching, so they want to see me succeed and be happy, and that doesn't happen if I'm not giving 100%. So that always pushes me.
Okay. What do you think as a player can you improve on?
Decision making, for sure. And I don't know if you know this, but I didn't play quarterback my senior year. I played tight end. I was big, and most of my quarterback experience came from my sophomore and junior year. So kind of getting back in the game as a quarterback over the summer was a big thing with the 7-on-7s we did up here against Grandview. Um, kind of learning the offense. A struggle right now is like running scout team throughout the week and then having a JV game. We're not really running our own stuff on scout team. So you really got to lock in over the weekend before the game and try to remember like all your progressions and all that. But I think this last weekend did a pretty good job of that. Obviously, not having much scout on co is tough, but I don't know. You kind of have the same base rules for a lot of plays, but just decision making and some of my footwork could use some help. But um, yeah, there's always stuff you can improve on. But the things I can improve on the most definitely be decision making, just getting comfortable in the offense. I think that'll come a lot over the off season, working with the receivers and all the young guys. So.
Okay, so you say you was a tight end your senior year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
Why you didn't play tight end here?
Well, so my sophomore year was like my best year of high school. I was at a small school and was able to get the starting job early, obviously as a sophomore. Still like struggled with like being mature as a player then. Like not really personality wise or anything, but like just making the right decisions, but just kind of let it loose really that year and played with a couple really good players. My my receivers, one was a tight end. He plays at Kansas as a D tackle, ended up being a 3-star. And then one of my receivers um, plays at Grandview and was really good at track. But like played with some good guys and had a really good year. Ended up getting like broke our school records for passing because it was the first year we really did an air raid type offense. And then got like second team all district, and then um, ultimately transferred to the school that Casey was going to in Glenwood, and didn't beat out the quarterback there. Ended up being those next 2 years. He plays baseball at Nebraska now, but he had beat me out for the spot. And going into the senior year, I didn't really get a chance to compete over the summer for the spot because I broke my finger. I had to get surgery on my right hand. So um, kind of made the change to tight end just to try to get on the field. Again, just trying to do anything that can help the team. And so Casey and I kind of split reps at tight end, and he was injured early on, so I got to play a lot. But a lot of my work was in practice and making our defense better, playing scout team quarterback there. So, but I always had a love for quarterback, and I really couldn't see myself doing anything else in college. So I kind of like having that kind of an underdog thing, and the fact that like it's been a while since I was playing games at quarterback. So, but I've enjoyed it, and it's kind of like a fresh start on mechanics and everything. But yeah, it's been pretty good considering I had didn't play it last year. So
Okay. Okay, and then as player wise, or you can stick this in as a student as well. What do you plan on accomplishing your next 3 years here at Simpson?
obviously, with the quarterback situation here, like Jay's out this next year, and we got really good guys in the quarterback room. Obviously, myself, Evan, Michael Ludi, and Landon Walters, and then Jaden Hubbard. So pretty
Who?
full in there. Jaden Hubbard,
Oh, the
he,
name you said before that. Who?
Landon Walters. He's ineligible, so he hasn't been in meetings and stuff, but he'll be back next year.
Okay, I thought
Yeah.
Looney was a senior.
Ludi,
Yeah,
he's a sophomore.
you a sophomore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then obviously whoever they bring in the next recruiting class, but obviously my goal is to get the starting spot, and that starts, pretty much it's already started, but the main work
Yeah,
of that will be like in the off season
yeah, in
and
the spring.
in spring. Yep. So, and plan on staying over in the summer and just trying to be as much of a starting quarterback as a person too, because that's a big thing for coaches. So, like you gotta be able to lead, and that's something I can continue to improve on. So,
I want to know how that works, like over the summer. Like, do we have to stay with somebody, or can we stay in our dorms?
I don't know. I don't know how it works, but I'm excited because doing the workouts back in my hometown was nothing compared to what it's like here. Like taking breaks in between sets, you don't really do that here. So
I mean,
I think,
well, I kind of made my own workout
yeah,
routine, so it really didn't
yeah.
make no difference.
And then back home, like lifting at a YMCA with my friends was a lot different. And like it wasn't like I went to the field a lot with other receivers from my school, but it was pretty much do my workout and then go back to living my life. But now
Yeah.
here it's like workout, then you got class, then you got
Mm,
meetings, then you got football, and then you got study tables. I mean, there's not a whole lot of like freedom, but
yeah.
there's when you have those times, you can pretty much do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So
Use that time to study.
yeah, study. That's what camp was like. So obviously in the morning was like pre-practice
Yeah.
meetings, and then watch film at 1 or 1:30, and then install at night. And I would go back and we'd have like team chemistry.
Yeah.
So I get back in the room at like 9:30, and I'm learning the offense for practice the next morning. And like if you wanted to sleep, then you couldn't study. And if you wanted to study, you couldn't sleep. Like it was a big trade-off. Because if I actually wanted to learn the details of our install, like I would be up for 2-3 hours learning all of it.
I kind of like
So
it for a count. I'm not even gonna lie. I kind of
really,
like it.
I was like when some people started quitting, I was like, damn, it's not that hard.
Nah,
But it's
bro.
also it's a grind, and you find out like who's really here for it and who thought this shit was gonna be easy.
Nah, bro. The dude that quit on the first day was crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't even know somebody quit on the first
Yeah.
day
I
until
like
they said something about it. I was like,
uh
how do you quit on the first day? We didn't do nothing but the conditioning test.
Yeah, exactly.
But then again, that conditioning test did kill me, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. I was thinking the same thing. I'm not even
Yeah.
gonna lie, but I'm like, nah, nah.
Yeah, there's plenty of times that you think you'd be better off just not playing and
Yeah,
maybe you'd be happier, but I'll be a lot happier if all the work pays off and I get a chance to be a part of a really good team and a continually progressing program. And I think that'd bring a lot more happiness than just, whatever people aren't playing sports that party every night or, put
yeah.
on that freshman 20 without any muscle. Like that's a lot different than being a football player. But I think the ultimate the ultimate goal is just get the team in a better spot, a lot better
Nah.
spot than it is right now. And I'm not saying anything bad about where it is right now, but just continuing to progress as a program and setting the bar high for the next 5-10 years.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to win at least two conference
Hell yeah.
championships, bro. Before I was senior, well, before we graduate, I want to win at least
Hmm.
two conference championships,
Yeah.
or at least be like go to the playoffs.
Yeah. Be a team that people talk about. Like
Yeah,
that's a thing I love to be a part of. So I mean, yeah, and once stuff like that happens, the community gets behind the program a
yeah.
lot more. The money starts flowing, and you see it really thrive after that. But
Honestly, I think the community is behind it
yeah,
now.
yeah, I agree. I
Just
think,
by seeing like the people in the
mhm,
stands, like
I think the people just love that there's kind of a new start with the coaching staff,
yeah,
and you can see like, obviously the split between home and away games. Like we've won all our home ones and lost our away ones, but like people that are coming to the home games and seeing the success we're having is a lot better than things they were seeing 2-3 years
yeah.
ago. So I think they're excited about
Because I
that.
feel like they starting like to see the potential
Yeah,
in this team that we have now, especially.
absolutely.
I'm not sure. I forgot the record they had last year, but they can
Yeah.
tell we're improving just based off we have 3 wins this season.
Mhm.
Like it's not even about the 3 losses. It's just the
Yeah.
3 wins.
Yeah, I think, and they're seeing guys at our home games like Craycraft or
Yeah.
Wyckoff's getting in there or Adonis playing, like a lot of freshmen coming in that, and I'm not sure how often that happened in the past for Simpson, but just guys coming in that are like dominant players from the beginning, and it's awesome to see that.
From what I heard, it's been a thing where like freshmen come in and
Yeah,
play. Like from linebackers, they always said like they didn't have enough linebackers for
yeah,
the past. Like
yeah,
CJ said he's been starting at linebacker since his sophomore year.
yeah,
Truett too.
yeah.
Like all them guys, they said they've been starting since their freshman sophomore year because wasn't really
Right.
nobody really coming here.
Yeah, and I think
And
that's the difference now is
yeah,
we brought in 45 guys in this
yeah.
recruiting class, and we have 110 on the roster. So we bring in another 45 next year. I think it's probably time for a new locker room. So.
I'm not even gonna lie. I think after this season we can bring in a lot of more recruits.
Yeah.
Just based off because the recruits seeing a lot of freshmen getting opportunities,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
and actually seeing them thrive on the field.
Yeah. And I'll say one thing about Simpson is like when I was looking at places to go, the thing about Central, like I know guys that go there and they're not even playing their fifth year. They're not getting time in their fifth year because there's so much talent there. But I also like throughout the process would talk to my parents about how I wanted to be part of a program that's kind of going up. And obviously like not playing much. I wasn't getting recruited by any school like Co or Wartburg, but Central was kind of because a couple of my teammates from my junior year were playing there. But like I don't know, it was intriguing to me to have a chance to play a big part on a team that's again progressing
Yeah,
and
Coach Hobbs did a great job selling that to me.
yeah.
He did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like in like a couple more years, the football
Mhm.
program is just gonna keep going up and up from here.
Yeah. And hopefully by then like the things like people being late and not wearing the right stuff like that should just be a simple standard that
Bro.
like people shouldn't be even have to think about. But I think once like we don't have to worry about stuff like that anymore and we can worry
Yeah,
about the bigger things and the bigger goals rather than just setting the base standard, and we can focus fully on that, like everyone is going to be they're just going to be expected to be at that baseline standard right away, and I
yeah.
think that's important because then you're not pulling people along and everyone's really bought in. um,
I mean, I feel like everybody's bought in. It's just the slight mistakes.
yeah,
Like D, I don't think D like really means to be late.
yeah,
It's just
yeah,
like he doesn't have a roommate that plays football that
yeah.
has to get up early in the morning
Mhm.
anymore. So it's like ain't really nobody there to actually wake him up.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you know you're gonna wake up in the morning, try not going to bed at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. That a
Yeah.
lot of guys I see that
Yeah.
end up being late, they're out late the night before.
I
And
mean, 1 o'clock, that's usually when I go to sleep
yeah,
at. Like,
but if you can handle it, that's different.
yeah, I still managed to wake up for
Yeah,
lifts.
you just like when like I see someone walk in the weight room and a coach yells, "Get the fuck out!" Like,
I be
and I'm
like,
like, I don't want
man.
that to be me.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I haven't been late. I've been late to one, and that
Yeah.
was the first
Oh
ever
yeah.
one,
We
bro.
talked about that. Yeah.
The first ever one, bro. I did that area. I was like, never again, bro.
Yeah.
I haven't been late since then.
Yeah.
But yeah. Besides that, I think we're pretty like good on
Yeah.
everything. Is as long as people keep doing the little things right, bro.
Mhm. Yeah. And I think like everyone at this point should be completely used to how the practices are
Yeah,
and where everyone's kind of finding their place a little bit. Um, but I also another thing is I kind of wish like we had more JV opportunities.
yeah, for sure. I wish we had more games,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. And
I
then we
wish we
then we
could have
get to
played this
play
weekend.
together more. I
Yeah,
mean, we had 4 scheduled, but BV,
yeah.
yeah. Hopefully they reschedule,
He
but
said he might reschedule
yeah.
it, but I don't think it's gonna get rescheduled
Yeah, if they didn't
because
have enough
if
players
they didn't
then
have enough players, then
yeah,
they're not gonna
let's
have
see if they do
enough
now.
players now. But yeah. Next question is, what is the hardest thing to maintain being a student athlete?
Um, I think that the hardest thing is finding energy. Like I'll even just on a Tuesday, like it's time for meetings and I'm struggling to get through that. And all I can think about is how we still got practice and we still got study tables. And like I want to have energy for those and I want
Yeah,
to do them, but I'm just so dog tired. And I think that just comes from like obviously I would love to just play football and not worry about school, but when you got to worry about both,
yeah. It's
there's
different.
really it's so
Yeah,
hard to find energy to do both of them at 100% all the time. So I do try to go to bed at like 10, but like I also want to have my free time and play some
yeah,
video games with my friends and stuff like that and call people back home. But sometimes like I'll pull out like one day of the week where I can like call people back home or have like 30 minutes to an hour every night playing video games or whatever. Just but you still want to enjoy it. You
yeah.
don't want to feel like it's a job and you have to sleep and wake up and do it all, but
Well,
you want to enjoy it a little bit.
I got told that by my coaches in high school. That was like, just know it's gonna be a job.
Uh-huh.
Like
Yeah.
for the next 4 years, college football is gonna be your job. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
I think and but if you really love it, like
yeah.
I
If you,
love the feeling of
yeah,
like I'm getting up at 5:55 and people that are going to school at Iowa State that played football in high school, whatever, they'll go to class and maybe they'll lift a couple times a week, but they're just not like it makes me feel good that I'm doing a lot more than a lot of
yeah,
people out there. And that's why like sometimes our team gets hate from our own school because they think that we take football so serious, but like you got to like
nah, bro. It's a Twitter account. It's called Barstool Simpson, bro.
yeah.
After every loss, they'll they'll just tweet
Uh-huh.
something negative, bro.
Do you have
Like,
Yik Yak?
hmm?
Yik Yak?
No,
It's
I
like a
don't
Twitter,
have
but
that.
only it's
It's
anonymous and
anonymous. I
kids from
heard,
like Simpson. There's so much shit talking on the football team on there, and we're just
bro.
like, bro, we're just trying to get through it, and like, don't like we shouldn't be getting hated on for being committed to it, like it's a D1 sport. Because if you're not, then like, it's
I
just,
just I
I
just
don't know.
feel like other sports doesn't take it like their thing
Yeah.
serious. Like I've talked to a couple like volleyball girls and all that.
Hmm.
Some of them are committed, but some of them are not that committed
Yeah.
to the sport.
And there's that, and then the amount of time, the minimum amount of time you got to put into football
Yeah,
is so much more than other sports. And if you really want to go all in and you're watching film, you're taking another 1 hour out of every day, and if you want to study installs or whatever, then that's another hour out. Like it's just you can do a lot of extra stuff, and if you really want to be good, then you will. And that's
yeah,
taken a good, between practice, lifting, and meetings. That's already a 4 hours of your day right
yeah.
there. So
Like people be telling me I revolve my life around football. Like I do though.
yeah,
Like I'm not gonna lie to you and say I don't. I do.
yeah.
Like even
Why not?
even on even on Mondays when we have off days,
Hmm.
I still manage to go get me a lift and
Yeah,
especially well after classes anyway. But I still manage to like go study. And if Coach Martinez in his office, I'll just go
yeah.
see and we'll go over some stuff.
Mhm.
But like my life revolves around football. Like,
Yeah, for sure. And like as a quarterback, like I would love any time to get out on the field with
yeah,
my receivers and throw. Especially when the days or the Mondays after we don't have a JV game, like you really should be out there. If you're a receiver, like if you didn't, I mean, you need to get some work in. Like
yeah,
if you didn't play on Saturday, it's always good. Like you want to stay fresh. You played one less day than all the varsity guys that week, so
yeah,
yeah, it's always good to get extra work in, and then also I always want to work on chemistry with the guys. Like I can kind of feel it in a JV game, like how much better or how much I don't know, like me throwing to Carson
yeah.
is like
I can tell like from our first JV game to last week's JV game,
mhm.
you and Carson has been like connecting on a
Yeah,
lot of passes.
yeah.
It was like, dang.
I mean, because it's like in scout team, like I'm throwing to him all the time,
Yeah.
and I did get the ball to Brophy a lot
Yeah.
last game, but
Brophy got the ball
yeah,
too.
but like I don't throw to him a lot. So there
Yeah.
was a few times like we were kind of off, but like when you get that extra work in and you're out there together, just working on the little details that make things flow a lot better, you can play a lot better. And like I think Carson and I have that, and Jaden and I have that just because we're throwing together all the time,
Yeah.
and even though scout team's not our offense, a lot of the stuff is a lot like our offense. So um,
Yeah.
it just comes down to the routes and all the footwork and all that and the timing.
Okay. So last question. What has been the biggest challenge you faced so far to get where you are now?
Like since we've been here,
It could be, it can be from the past. It can be like now.
um, I think overall, if you just look at football, like just not playing quarterback and then coming to college and trying to run a college offense after not even running
Yeah.
a high school offense as a quarterback for a couple of years, it's it's a challenge because you look at the reads that I was making in high school compared to now, like learning a bunch of different coverages and
Yeah.
stuff and remembering plays and what all these words mean and all that stuff. But I think it's a challenge, but it's one that I wanted, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have come here, and it comes down to like studying that the playbook and watching the film, like all the fall camp stuff. Like if I wasn't doing one of our activities during fall camp, I was sitting somewhere watching that film and trying to learn from it. Um, because like I started out behind and I'm just trying my best to to get up to the top, and that's but I like that challenge at the same time because I think it'll feel better to say like if I didn't play quarterback the last 2 years of high school and then become a starting quarterback, it's a lot better to use it as
Yeah.
it was motivation rather than an excuse to where like I'm not starting and then say, well, it's because I didn't play those 2 years. But I think it's more fun to beat the odds than use the odds as an excuse. So
Yeah.
I love that. I love that motivation there.
That's actually how Coach Rob broke it down to me last night.
Yeah.
Cause me and Aiden, cause I stayed like a little late for study tables because I was doing something,
Mhm.
and I asked him why is freshman year? Why do people say freshman year is the hardest year of your college experience? And he was like, well, first off, it's like kids, like you got kids that was like top performers at their high school,
Oh yeah.
and then they come here, and then you also got to think about the people that's in front of you, which I didn't think about that, because
Right.
and then you stepping into another. As for me, I'm stepping into a different role at linebacker
Mhm.
because I used to play O line in high school. So he was like, it's going to take a lot of time to adjust for you,
Yeah.
especially because you're in a new position and you have to learn new things.
Mhm.
And then he even brought up like that I'm so far away from home too as well.
Yeah.
So he was like, so he just broke it down to me like that, and I was like, dang, he actually has a point.
Yeah.
And
I think it's
yeah,
I everyone loves a good underdog story, obviously,
yeah,
like, and it's not the same as a lot of the ones you
yeah,
hear, but like you're far away from home, you're playing a different position, all these different things
yeah.
can be such a cool
That's
story
yeah.
as opposed to like if I was an all-state quarterback or whatever and come here, like
Yeah.
it's expected of
Yeah,
me.
it's expected.
Yeah, but like you can it's so fun
I mean,
to just prove everyone wrong. So that's all the motivation you need right there is just
yeah.
one person saying you can't do it. So yeah.
Yeah, I always have this one little person in my head. You might think I'm crazy for that, but I have like this one person in
Mhm.
my head that spits this negativity out, and I just use that
Yeah.
to further myself. But yeah, man. But I appreciate you for having me on my pod. Having you on the pod is 12:05. I
Appreciate
supposed to
it.
end this 5 minutes
Oh,
ago,
shit.
but I
Well, sweet.
appreciate you, man. Thank you for
Yeah.
coming out, man.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Can you send me your socials so I can drop them in the
Yeah.
description?
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, appreciate you, Nolan,
All right.
coming
Thank you.
through. That's all I needed you for, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's the end of this podcast, episode 8 of Athlete Cast. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Be back Thursday for episode 9. So stay tuned in for that. Peace.